There comes a moment in life when you look around and realize you're not really living, you're repeating. The same mornings, the same thoughts, the same emotions that loop in your head until they start to feel like reality. You tell yourself you'll change tomorrow. You'll wake up early, eat better, be more disciplined. But tomorrow comes, and you slip right back into the patterns you swore you'd outgrow. It's not because you're weak. It's not because you lack willpower. It's because your brain has been programmed by something far stronger than motivation. It's programmed by habit. Most of what you call you, your actions, your moods, even your reactions, are not conscious choices. They are automated sequences built through repetition, solidified through emotion, and stored deep in your nervous system. Scientists estimate that up to 70% of your waking behavior runs on autopilot. That means most of your life is being lived not by intention, but by memory. And that's why change feels impossible. You're not fighting laziness. You're fighting the invisible code that your brain believes is survival. It's not just that your brain remembers your habits. Your habits have become your brain. You've probably heard that it takes 21 days to form a habit, or maybe 30, or 60. But science says otherwise. A study led by Dr. Philippa Lally found that forming a single habit can take anywhere from 18 to 254 days. The difference wasn't the habit, it was the human. Some people rewire quickly, others take time, but all of them change through one process: repetition that reshapes the brain. Every time you repeat a behavior, your neurons fire in the same sequence. And the more they fire together, the stronger that connection becomes. Your brain learns efficiency, not morality. It doesn't care if a habit helps you or hurts you. It only cares that it's familiar, because familiar feels safe, and safety always wins over growth. So when you try to change, your mind resists, not because it hates progress, but because it fears uncertainty. That's why you fall back into the same loops again and again. The brain always returns to what it knows. But here's where it gets powerful. That same mechanism that traps you can also set you free. Your brain is plastic. It can rewire itself. It can learn, unlearn, and rebuild. And one of the most effective ways to begin that process is through deliberate mental rehearsal. Before you do something new, imagine it vividly, not as a fantasy, but as a rehearsal. See yourself doing it, step by step. Feel the texture of it, the sound, the rhythm, the resistance, the reward. Because your brain doesn't know the difference between what's imagined and what's real. When you visualize with clarity, your brain starts building the same neural pathways as if you'd already done it. That's how you prepare your mind to accept new behavior as natural instead of foreign. But even more powerful than visualization is something scientists call task bracketing. Your brain has a structure, the basal ganglia, that decides what actions to start and what to stop. Every time you form a habit, your brain creates mental bookends. What happens before the habit begins and what happens after it ends. Those bookends become anchors, automatic triggers that make the habit feel effortless. That's why you brush your teeth no matter how tired you are. The context, the time, the routine, the cue is embedded so deeply it doesn't depend on how you feel. If you want to build new habits that last, attach them to something that already exists. After coffee, I meditate. After work, I walk. After a mistake, I breathe. You're not just adding actions, you're programming sequences. And once the sequence locks in, your brain treats it as law. Now, what about the habits that break you? The ones that pull you down even when you know better? Here's something no one tells you. The best time to change a bad habit is right after you do it. That moment of regret, that sting of awareness, it's not failure, it's opportunity. Because the neurons that fire during the bad habit are still active. They're open, and that's when you can redirect them. When you catch yourself falling back into old patterns, don't fight it, replace it. Put the phone down and take a breath. Drink water, stretch, step outside. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's different. You're teaching your brain that a new pattern follows the old one. Do that enough times, and the old circuit begins to fade. That's not motivation. That's neuroplasticity. That's evolution in motion. Change doesn't happen in one big moment of inspiration. It happens in small, almost invisible moments. The pauses, the corrections, the quiet victories no one sees. Every repetition is a vote. a signal to your brain that says, "This is who I am now." You're not stuck. You're practiced. You've practiced being who you are for years. Now, you can practice being someone new. You can rewire your mornings, rewire your reactions, rewire your reality. Because your brain isn't a prison, it's clay. And every thought, every action, every choice you repeat shapes you. So the question isn't, can I change? The real question is, am I willing to practice who I want to become? Because you don't rise to your goals. You fall to your habits. And once your habits change, everything else follows.